Do you want a new Dreamcast game in 2022? How about 7? My name's Mike, and this is the Retro Gamer Boy Show. Welcome back, and if you're a Dreamcast fan or just interested in the Sega Dreamcast, then this show is for you. Because today we're going to be looking at a new game that you can buy in 2022. Before we do that, make sure you click all the YouTube buttons around the screen here and level up your YouTube experience and this channel. Now we're going to be looking at a new Dreamcast game that only came out a few months ago. And there's another 6 games for us to look at, but we'll take care of those in another show. Now, if you would like to pick up the game that we see today or any of these new Dreamcast games, then you can head over to Pixelheart. Now, Pixelheart have sent me a code, very generously a code, for 10% off all their games. And I'll put this code in the description below, and if you wait until the end and you can't be bothered to go down to the description, I'll give it out then as well. That's 10% off anything in their store, and they cover a load of cool retro stuff. Can't wait to get my hands on some of that Mega Drive stuff there, but you'll be able to pick up some of these games on that store as well. Now, we are going to cover all 7 of these games that I picked up from Pixelheart, but the first one we're going to take a look at is Tough Guy. Now, something that's very special about these 7 games that I've got is that they are limited edition. They come with certificates apparently, and they're all numbered, so you know you've got a limited version of this game. We'll start off with an unboxing, and then we'll take a look at the game itself, look at the gameplay, the graphics, the sound, and see if it's worth you picking up Tough Guy on the Sega Dreamcast. So here we go, here's Tough Guy. It's all sealed up and everything. One of the really cool things I've noticed here is at the back here, we've got one of these kind of shiny stickers, reflective stickers here. And it's actually got the number of copies, so your version number. So this is number 46 of 3,000 copies. So it's already got a little bit of limited edition on there. Really nice cover artwork on this box. Something that's grinding me is there's this limited edition Pikselhjerte sticker on the front here, but it's actually on the plastic, not on the box. So I've got to break the seal and open it, but yeah, I don't like sealed games. I mean, I have a few in the collection, but breaking a seal that has something limited on it potentially kind of hurts me a little bit. But let's get in there and have a look what's in the game. So I've managed to peel the bottom off here, so I'm hoping I can just slide this out without losing the sticker. It's like a surgical operation. I don't know if I'm not going to keep it in its wrapper though, am I? No, I'm not going to keep it in its wrapper. Right, here we go. Here's Tough Guy. First thing I noticed is that we've got the PAL Dreamcast here. Really nice. They do sell, I think they sell the NTSC ones as well. So really nice though to have the PAL box. It's such a unique game box, the Dreamcast box. And here's the game, and it's actually fantastic. I don't know if this shows up in the video, but the print on this is so professional. It's not a sticker, this is a proper professional print like you'd get on an original Dreamcast disc. Really, really nice. Really nice disc. Cool, really happy with that. It's such an authentic unboxing experience, this. And then let's have a look at the back. Cool, here we go. So here's the certificate. This is the certificate of authenticity. It doesn't have the number on here, so the number's just on the back here, but it tells you that this is a limited edition of 3,000 copies. Tells you it's the Dreamcast PAL edition as well. It's really nice little touch there. And then we have a manual as well, full color manual, quite chunky as well. And I think it's actually just a number of different languages. And here's some of the games that we're going to be covering in the future as well on the channel. But we can see here we've got a nice manual, and there's some more adverts for other games that they sell. So really nice actually. I'm really impressed with the box, the fact that it's an authentic looking Dreamcast box here. The print is really nice. This is kind of like 130 GSM paper at the back here, gloss, so it's really professionally printed. You can see the compatibility down the side here. All these games are region free as well, so you could just get, if you wanted the PAL copy and you wanted to play it in the States, it's region free, so it will work on there. And I love the little touch of the sticker on the back. So I'm going to go away, play the game, and then give you a preview of my thoughts about what Tough Guy is like on the Sega Dreamcast. Originally called Fighting Titans, the game was released by a small Taiwanese development team called Panda Entertainment. Tough Guy was an update to the game and came out a year later in 1996 on MS-DOS. In 2019, Super Fighting Team acquired the rights to the game and ported it over to the Mugen fighting engine. The version we're going to be looking at today, the Dreamcast version, was actually published by Pico Interactive. Now, if you've played Street Fighter 2, you know what to expect from Tough Guy. The main game plays out in the same way as Street Fighter 2, with your chosen fighter travelling the globe, fighting the local talent. As you get to the end, the opponents get harder, and, maybe just a little cliched, they start to get psychic powers. Now, fighters are usually easy to get into and play, but really hard to master, and the same is true with Tough Guy. The fighting in the game feels just a little stiff, not as fluid as a game like Street Fighter, and on some stages during some of the moves it can drop frames and suffer from slowdown. There's a decent combo system to learn with counters and space controlling moves. Fighters all have a range of standard moves and specials, and I also think I may have seen the equivalent to an alpha move. One very interesting mechanic is that the players can recharge their health during battle. A second bar below the health bar increases as you recharge your health. Now, from what I can see, once the charge bar fills, the player takes the equal amount of damage to what they've gained whilst charging. So there's a risk reward to this mechanic. Now, the game has 8 standard stages with 2 special stages and 11 fights happening across all of these different stages. There are 8 playable characters and 3 end-of-level bosses, with one bad guy looking like he's an extra from an Indiana Jones movie. You can select the number of rounds per stage, there are 4 speed levels and 8 levels of difficulty. You can take on the arcade mode, versus, and there's also a tournaments mode. The game is VGA compatible and supports your VMU. Now, the game's choice of art style is where this fighter truly shines. I love the pixel art style in here. The backgrounds have a great level of detail in them and remind me of some of the more classic Neo Geo fighters. The character art is also well realised, but there seems to be a reduction in animation frames when it comes to characters when compared to other AAA fighters. This can be seen in walks and idle animations. There also seems to be some pixel stretching happening on some of these animations. The game supports some interesting visual options. The first allows you to turn on and off the animations of the backgrounds. I've not tested this yet, but it may help with some of the slowdown in the game. The second is an enlarger effect. This effect zooms into the characters as they get closer to each other. It's interesting but distracting and can lead to a few hundredths of a millisecond where pixels stretch entirely across the screen. The pixels also distort in a nasty way, so I opted to fight without this on. Now, as far as audio is concerned, the soundtrack is okay, but not really stand out. There are no instant classics in there. Characters call out special moves, although these can be distorted, and the punch, kick and special sound effects are standard affair and do the job well. Overall, I'd say Tough Guy is a standard game with some flaws. It's fun enough, it's enjoyable to get in there. I haven't played it extensively, I haven't had 2 years to become an expert at it, but with the time that I've had, I enjoyed it. It was a solid fighting game. Now the thing that's really special about these games is that they are limited. There's only 3,000 of them available. I've got number 46. If you go onto the website, they actually tell you how many of these copies are left and available to buy. And if you'd like to pick up yourself a copy of this limited edition Tough Guy Dreamcast game, then you can use RGB10 and get 10% discount on everything in their store. Definitely recommend picking up some of these Dreamcast games. So, new Dreamcast games for you to buy in 2022 and build out your Dreamcast collection. The code I mentioned earlier is only available to the 28th of February, so make sure you get in there and pick up the stuff that you want for your collection. Now, if you're new to the channel, you love retro gaming, you love your Sega consoles, the Mega Drive, Genesis, Dreamcast, then why not consider subscribing? You can do this by clicking on a little button just below this video. We put out brand new shows every single Monday, and so that you never miss one, you can click on a little notification bell also just below this video. Now, if you can't wait till Monday, don't worry, we've got a huge back catalogue of retro gaming videos for you to enjoy, 2 of which you can watch over here.